are officially on Deal Island. Welcome to Deal Island. So this guy told us to meet him at the old bank. So I don't really know what to. Look at that. Deal Island Bank Building, 1908. What do you think we're getting into, Roman?
I don't know, dog.
This looks like the guy. You guys check this out. I mean, this is like the one road in town. We're following Jim and his Ford Excursion. Just got down here. One way in, one way out. Wow, good Lord. And then this old Egg Harbor. Whew. Pretty crazy. Well, here she is. I don't think you and I, or me, you're a trooper, but knew exactly what we were getting into here. But, you know, hey, we fixed up a boat and helped a guy, and oh yeah, the motors are in good shape. Well, what's up everybody? On today's episode of Boat Restoration by Ben, we are currently driving across the Bay Bridge in a quite literal downpour. And the only reason, oh Jesus, like look at the waves down there. Literally they're crashing onto the rocks. Wavy and windy out on the bay today. But anyway, quite literally the only reason is we're taking a 2-hour journey down to the Tangier Sound, Deal Island, to go look at a guy's Egg Harbor 41. It's this old sport fish. He reached out to me, wanted us to come check the boat out, do a walkthrough, and then potentially give him some pointers or insight on some engine issues that he was having with the boat. So on today's episode, we're taking a road trip. We're cruising down to the Tangier Sound, gonna go check out a cool old sport fish, and who knows what it'll become. But anyway, thank you for watching. As always, like and subscribe to the channel. And here we go, little road trip action. Hey, and by the way, if you guys have a boat project that you're looking for help on, or would like to potentially submit it to see if it could become the possible next Boat Restoration by Ben project, shoot me an email. The email is in my description. At the very least, we can talk, chat, give you some pointers, or you know, help guide you in the right direction. But I am looking to take on some more cool boat restoration projects, possibly an old speedboat, maybe another sport fish. Anyway, reach out to me, email in the description. Also, by the way, see this hat right here? Roman, you want to zoom in on the hat? Check out the back of it too if you got it. I am officially getting some Boat Restoration by Ben merchandise started, hopefully in the next week or so. So stay tuned. These hats will be available soon, maybe even some pocket t-shirts. So just a little plug there. Let's get back to the rest of the video. So this island we're going to, Deal Island, it's right next to Smith Island on the Tangier Sound. And I've never been down here. I've driven by it by boat, but like if you're not familiar, this is literally the part of Maryland where like it is slowly eroding into the Chesapeake Bay. So like these islands are technically sinking. You know, and if you look up Smith Island, like you can literally see like half the town is submerged underwater and will never be back above water ever again. So we are 15 minutes from the boat that we're going to see, and it's down here in the part of Maryland that is slowly sinking into the ocean. I mean, I guess the ocean levels are just getting slowly and slowly higher, and then they erode away the island. But anyway, did you pull up the Tangier Sound?
Yeah.
Look it up. Did you see it?
Yes.
So right now we're just driving down old 2-lane highway. Yeah. You got satellite view? So find Deal Island. You have like the screen protector. I can't see your screen. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So there's the Tangier Peninsula, or Sound, or whatever you want to call it. Where's Deal Island? There she is. Where are we? Show us where we are in relation to that?
Right out to the...
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we're just driving down the peninsula to the island. It's right in the middle of the Sound, and then Smith Island is just south of it. Huh. Well, pretty unique.
How are we getting there?
What do you mean? There's a bridge. There's a bridge. Anyway, this guy that reached out about the boat wants help with it, like has had it for a while, but we're not really sure what he's going to do with it. So we've had a few conversations about, you know, me potentially taking it on as a project. I don't necessarily need the boat, nor do I want the boat. Maybe helping him sell it. So we'll see once we meet the guy and get a better idea of what he wants to do. But first and foremost, you know, it's, hey, something's much more valuable if it runs and drives, so let's get it running again for you. You know, take care of me and my time and go from there. But yeah, this is, you know, kind of reminds me of where I used to live in Edgewater, but this is out here. And I have a feeling it floods very easily. It has been raining this entire drive, too.
Lots of rain.
A lot of rain. Roman's been a trooper. He's been day trading stocks on our drive. Yeah. All right. Well, a couple more minutes. Go meet this guy. For the record, I did look up boating down here, but it was going to be like a 2.5 hour boat ride, and also rained all day today, so that would have been no fun. Not to mention, I did just possibly blow up my boat the other day, so that'll be a future video. But yeah, you know that turbo that I said needed to be rebuilt? Turns out it actually does need to be rebuilt. Possibly. We'll see what happens. But anyway, a lot cheaper to drive the truck 2.5 hours down here than it would be to boat. But this is pretty cool scenery. I mean, this road is just like barely above the water level, and I'm seeing water all the way around us in these reeds and trees. Interesting area for sure. And we're out here. I bet this is like the single power line that gives power to the island too. Look, it is just flat. You look way over there and there's just trees way off in the distance. It's really odd. All right, we are rolling in, and Roman and I were just talking. There's not a whole lot going on down here, and a lot of marshland, like one set of power lines going in and out. We're not even on the island yet. This is just rolling up to it. I mean, it's the middle of the day on a Wednesday, but I'd beg to. There's an old skipjack. I would think if you live down here, you've been living down here for quite a while. One way in, one way out. Oh, here's the bridge. All right. Whoa. I mean, check this out. This is pretty crazy. Here, you want to take the camera? Wow. Can't see much out there today. We got one fireboat, a couple work boats, and we are officially on Deal Island. Welcome to Deal Island. So this guy told us to meet him at the old bank, which is this brick building here. So I don't really know what to expect. However, I'm sure he doesn't get a whole lot of visitors. Look at that, Deal Island Bank Building, 1908. Oh boy. What do you think we're getting into, Roman?
I don't know, Doug.
This looks like the guy. All right. He's just chilling out on his porch. You think it's a house or a real bank?
I think it's a house.
Look at this thing. All right, well, we get turned around here without destroying the grass, and then we'll get out. All right, so that was Jim. It was pretty cool to hear a little bit about his backstory, how he got down here, and ended up in Deal Island, and then ended up with the Egg Harbor 41. Came over from Harrington Harbor, and then, like we discussed earlier, I mean, him and I talked for a while on the phone before I actually met him, which he's got a cool little setup down here. He lives literally in an old bank. Built in 1908, gutted it, refurbed it, and has a cool little patio porch off the back like you guys saw there. But anyway, he drove this thing over after it sat for 18 years at Harrington Harbor North, and brought it down here to Deal Island. Let me put my seatbelt on. Brought it down here to Deal Island, and I guess now he's having some engine troubles on one of the motors. He had to help his mom for a while, but now wants to get back into boating and working on the boat. So we're gonna take a look at it. He's not sure quite what he wants to do with it, but you know, at the very least, it'll be a cool little boat walkthrough. Just get to know somebody that's also passionate about their boat and project, and a pretty cool historic part of Maryland down here. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the first time I'm doing this, but Roman, I didn't quite expect to roll up and Jim just be like, hey, you know, how you doing? You know, here's the deal, here's my setup, here's my story.
Yeah,
and that was cool. Yeah, that was super cool to see. So, I mean, if you guys check this out, I mean, this is like the one road in town. We're following Jim and his Ford Excursion. And it's just middle of nowhere country. Old buildings. Jim was telling us you don't drink the water down here. It makes you a little kooky. So they have fresh bottled water for everything. What was he saying too about what, Singapore? He lived in Singapore for a while, and
Singapore. Lived in Singapore for a while. He for 5 years working on data centers.
Now he's back here in Maryland.
A place like the U.S.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, they're the old skipjacks. And a bunch of old work boats. Wow. Look at that old wood boat. Jeez. I mean, we are middle of nowhere. Maryland. Oh boy, there she is. She's an oldie. Look at this place, Roman. Looks like they got a bunch of new boards for the dock too. Wow. Woo. Boy, now we got water on the lawn. Well, here it is. Just got down here. A couple sunken boats. Wow, good Lord. Oh my goodness. And then this old Egg Harbor. Whew. Pretty crazy. Well, here she is. Oh yeah, the motors are in good shape. That's the first thing you notice.
Yeah. So
yeah, they're clean.
This was running a week ago. This one,
okay,
port one.
Yeah.
And last year before the winter, when I went to start it, the carburetor, the 4 barrels were stuck open.
Okay.
And it just revved too high.
Yeah.
And it knocked that first rocker, the closest one to you. It knocked the rocker off the push rod.
Okay.
All right, so just a few days ago, I took the valve cover gasket off of it, and we're like, oh, look, it just popped the rocker off the push rod, and we put it back together, and my friend, I think cranked it down like 1 or 2 turns too much.
Bent the push
started
rod?
up and bent the push rod.
Okay.
So I ordered new ones. It should be here tomorrow or the next day. The guy who I bought the push rods from said, that's very odd that you bent a push rod. He goes, check to see if like one of the valves got stuck.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done yet.
Right.
I even brought a hammer or whatever to see like if it's just stuck open, you tap it closed, you know?
Right.
So that run, other than that, it runs really good and starts right up. The one that you're sitting on right there,
Yep.
that's the one that I recognized last year when I changed the oil. It was chocolate milk.
Okay.
So I bought a new heat exchanger
Yep.
for it. And while I was doing that, I wanted to make sure and replace the oil in the transmission, because that heat exchanger cools both.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't replaced the transmission fluids yet. So I was hoping after all that was done and you start it up, there's fresh oil in both engines,
Right.
by the way. Because I didn't want that old chocolate milk to sit in there.
Right. Yeah.
And so it has amazingly, it has a oil changer installed to it, and it works phenomenal. So I was gonna get it up and running and run it for a little bit, and then instantly change it again.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
You mind if I hop down here?
Of course, could I?
Oh yeah, you got all the room in the world down here.
When it was on the hard, I took the generator out because it was literally a rusted mess.
Oh, I bet. Sat right
And
back there.
That was a bitch to get out. The thing weighed like over 400 pounds. I think.
Which rod, Ben?
This one back here.
Right, the very first one, the exhaust one.
Right on this end where the rocker's off.
Yeah, I took it out to take it to the shop to make sure I got the right one.
Yeah. Yeah, did they say if the motors were ever replaced?
No, I mean, they didn't even know.
Yeah, I'm shocked the lack of rust and how clean they are.
It's honestly, it's maybe the one reason why I said, you know, I don't mind some of the cosmetic things.
Yeah.
And they were in such good shape, you know.
Right. So does this one still have the heat exchanger? Yeah, okay. So there's the old heat exchanger. Wow.
The
Oh, and the fuel tanks sit back there under the deck. Back behind that.
what's that?
The fuel tanks sit back there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 3 150s.
Yep.
Gas guy came yesterday. It almost looks like someone just put their finger in it for 6 months while the electrolysis just
just left it open.
Left it open.
Yeah.
Like, you would think if it did that, it would have locked closed, you know?
Yeah.
And it was locked like wide open. So when I started the engines, it was bam, you know.
Oh boy. Yeah, and they start pretty easy too. You can fire them up wide open. Well,
3 rotations of the engine.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So typically on these, when you put them in, you have to rotate the motor, and when you get to each one, leave the rocker slightly loose, and then keep rotating. There's like a slight adjustment there.
Yeah, you gotta do it like 8 times.
Yep.
We did it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, my buddy knows what he was doing.
Yeah,
Obviously he didn't because we bent the rod.
Right.
But
well,
I think we should have done it, kicked it over 5 more times.
Yeah.
To let it go up and down, up and down.
It happens. Dang. All right.
But almost the whole floor comes up. This will come up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
so it'll give you access.
I was actually gonna take this couch out of here. Just you know.
Yeah.
That air conditioner out of here, you know. So all that crap doesn't need to be in here. What is your idea before we go moving forward?
Well,
what is your idea of what you would like to do?
So, you know, if you got the new carburetor, we can try messing with this motor and just see if we can at least get it running. Do you have the new heat exchanger too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, if we got parts here, we might as well try and put some parts on this motor, see if we can get it to fire up. Were things ever winterized, like the year between? When'd you bring it over here?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always been a heater on, so nothing ever froze.
No, I'd say if you got the parts, I mean, I got the tools. Let's see if we can't swap a heat exchanger on this motor, put that carburetor on, get things hooked up, and just see if we can get at least the motor.
Well, I didn't want to run. I mean, it's got fresh oil in there.
Yeah.
So I guess it can, at that point it can be run.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if we're what we can do as well is before we even put coolant or anything like that in the heat exchanger, you can run these motors for, 5 minutes without antifreeze running through them, and just shut, or even 2 minutes.
They
shut
don't
it
get
off,
hot.
check the motors, or check the oil,
Yeah.
and see if the oil looks clean. So for starters, we're here and we've got a few hours, so we can at least help you out there and see if we can get a few things together.
Yeah, I didn't know what your game plan was,
Yeah.
because I know you don't want to work on a job that's 2 hours and 15 minutes at the.
Yeah. No, I think for starters here, let's do a quick walkthrough of the boat. Just walk around the boat with you, and then we can move some things around. Let's pull this floorboard up and just kind of start tearing into that motor a little bit. Is that all right?
The heat exchanger's right there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, on this one.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's forward all the way here.
Yeah. That's all right.
But I wish it was that one. I wish it says easy to access.
Right.
So it's there on this engine.
Yeah. And it's always, they never make it easy.
You said you ordered a new push rod and it's supposed to get here
Tomorrow or
tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, let's do a quick walk through the boat, and then, we can take a peek at this motor. Yeah, again, not the nicest day to come out here, but that's okay.
You can see on these egg harbors, the biggest problem is these windows.
These windows, yeah.
Water gets in this. But these used to be glass, and
Right.
whoever owned it before just screwed in plexiglass.
Right.
Which is half-ass. So.
And then it's
I wanted to take that out.
inevitable they get hot and cold and leak and.
Yeah. And all of these windows here leak, so I was going to take them out.
Right.
I had bought butyl tape to reset all of those.
Yep. Oh, it's uncommon too for these old sport fishes to actually have windows in the front.
Right,
so
they don't do it anymore.
no.
What I liked about this when I walked around is everything is super solid.
Oh yeah. That's always number one for me is get it running and driving so you can at least use it. And then you can fix all the carpentry, seals, windows, whatever it might be.
Took off all these combing boards here.
Yep.
And they're at the house. I was just going to varnish them over there, and I was going to 5200 them back on.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do what they did back in the day too, but put screws and epoxy. But yep.
So, I mean, basically, if you wash the boat, it would look 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
It's been sitting.
Sure.
And
and all these boats you drive from up top. There's no way to drive them down low, even with the windows on the windshield.
Well, it's so big, and you're so comfortable with the twin engines that you really don't need to be down below, because it just kind of slides right into the slip.
Yep.
And it bounces on the pilings.
Yeah,
so,
which is great.
it's tough with one person, but it can be done.
Yeah.
I've done it many times.
Of course. And you got these boats over here.
Well, I was going to jokingly, when we pulled up, it wasn't such a crappy day, I was going to say that's the one I need to fix up.
yeah. Can you help me raise this one from the bottom?
It's
oh God.
Just needs a little touch up.
Yeah, right. How big of a project do you want?
Well,
it is. I'm surprised how clean the motors are in comparison to the rest of the boat. But we're gonna help Jim try and change the heat exchanger first on the boat, and then he's got a new carburetor here, new quadrajet for the motor as well. So we'll see if.
So this is, we put that on this guy right here.
Yeah. Heat exchangers are right up there, which we can get to fairly easily. And yeah, just tear into there. You want to get down there, or you? I don't mind getting down there too.
Get on down there. We'll both get down on there.
Yeah. It's,
what are we gonna do about this push rod? We're trying to get that running?
No, we'll leave the push rod. And I'm gonna pull these chargers off for now, Jim.
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So I can put that floor down.
They've been on that for days, so it should be 100%.
What's that?
They've been on there for days.
Oh, good.
So. And like I said, just the other day, that left one turned right over. I was hoping that place would call me if they came in today.
Yeah.
I'll just drive down. It's in Princess Anne. I'd go get them immediately.
Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be nice.
So both these heat exchangers or just the one?
Which is the second one you're talking about?
These two right here. Are they just one piece?
I think it's a U one. It's they're the
Oh, it's a
same.
U. Okay, yeah. All right, I see. Is this popping? Yeah, there we go.
See how it's locked? The full.
What's that?
Is that the new one?
That's the old
No.
one. Oh, the back barrels were locked.
No, wait. Move the four barrels. That just did that. It hasn't done it in 10 months. I swear to God. I squirted this stuff called Freol or something on there.
Oh, either way, the back.
And it must have taken months for it to break it
It's
up.
up under there.
The back barrels are still seized up, so
Oh, those guys.
yeah. And the quadrajets, the old front barrels, are the little guys,
Mm-hmm.
and the back barrels are the big guys. But those are pretty seized up. So those guys will actually just get adapters and switch to Edelbrock carbs, but there's nothing wrong with the quadrajet.
As you know, you go down a rabbit hole of everybody.
Oh yeah.
Stay with quadrajet. No, you gotta switch to. This is another thing I haven't done since I've owned it, is putting those on.
Anodes. Yeah. Well, let's see here. So this is what we think is the culprit.
Yes.
Is that forward heat exchanger here. So I'm actually gonna put this here, Roman. I can probably, this is crazy how they cut out crossbar back in the day just to fit the idle pulley. Yeah, we got a couple bolts on, bolt it from the bracket, and then 2 circulation hoses.
And my buddies, you're like, oh, how far is it? Oh, it's about 4 kilometers. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
How many clicks is that? I'll go down the rabbit hole of just screwing with them.
We were building. I was supposed to be over there for 2 years to build a cement plant. But
What kind?
a cement plant?
A cement plant, okay.
Yeah, the oil to oil transmission, oil to water, transmission oil to water.
Yeah.
One bad failed heat exchanger tube inside, or corrosion, or whatever it might be, and
Yeah,
it doesn't take a lot.
The engine, I would say there was maybe 3/4 of a quart of seawater in there.
Okay.
You know, you can see how much comes out of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 8 quarts or something, you know. Yeah.
There's the old one. You got the box for it?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I gotta remove a couple fittings from it. Show everybody what the deal is. So here's what we got going on. 2 heat exchangers here. One was for the transmission fluid, but it's actually super clean. And this one here, you can see is all milky and gross. That's the oil. And it appears that this heat exchanger probably failed somewhere inside and caused oil and water to mix. So now we're gonna put where'd it go? The new one? All right, the heat exchanger's on. Got all of our fittings hooked back up. A little hard to see, let me get this light. But nothing too crazy. Just a little bit of a tight space, plenty of room here to work on. Now we're gonna throw the carburetor back on. Roman's putting the new fitting, or the fitting from the old one back on there, and then should slap it right on, hook up the fuel line here, see what we can do. Hold that. On.
These are those chargers I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
They'll bring even, they have a button on it to refresh dead batteries. And it'll just take like 2 or 3 days, and it's pretty amazing.
You can charge lithiums too.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that comes in handy, like when you have a lot of guys in the center consoles have the trolling motors up front.
Yeah.
Lithium batteries. Yeah.
All right, new gasket for the carb. Where's the new carb? Here we go. So we can see the back barrels in this. Open up easily. We got our front barrels there, and then the back barrels engaged later, so that's really smooth. All right. Boom. All those nuts.
There's 3 and 3. I think.
Perfect. And lock washers. Yeah, good.
This is a weird shaped one, but I think is that?
And probably it's just a lock they had on there. I don't know, that's probably for battery. Are there any washers up there or no?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'll take those 3. Cool. So this is just 4 bolts on a few studs, and then we'll hook up the fuel line on the edge that Roman swapped out. And we'll reconnect the old throttle cable. We'll have to pull this ball off the cable. I never go super tight on carburetor bolts. Just get them down and snug and call it a day. Alright, fuel fitting. And it may take a second for it to crank over after we. Cool. What do you think?
Looks good.
It does. It looks a lot better. So if there's a stuck valve, we can literally just pop it, and it'll actually pop it loose if the
Right.
it's actually stuck.
It is stuck?
No, if it actually is. So I'll just take a peek here.
I have this.
So I'm just putting this tap right on it, and honestly, give me this extension. Which that should pop fairly easily, but it's.
I put the. No.
Yeah, it feels. I don't think it's not the best angle.
Down?
Yeah, it is stuck down right now. Here, I don't know if you can see from the bottom. So from the bottom here,
That's interesting.
that valve is stuck down. The rest of them are all up like that. So that's what a good one looks like. And then this one's literally sitting stuck down as if the spring is stuck in the sheath, which is weird.
What is it?
So this is what I just removed is technically your lifter, your rocker arm. But they don't really call them lifters on these. So you have a push rod that sits on the end there. And this end here is what pushes your valve up and down. We can, and then, put some safety glasses on and we'll just like bump the engine over slowly so you can get that piston to come up and see if I can see any movement.
It's almost like it got down.
Well, yeah, it got down and stuck down because it was stuck on its exhaust stroke.
Yeah, but it's almost like it was.
There's that guy. So, yeah, let's just
Definitely, it's definitely the valve.
yeah, let's just kick it over and let me see if I can see it move at all. So, what we're gonna do, I think we've got a stuck valve down, and because it sat so long, as he bumped it,
Oh no.
like when he went to go fire it up, or when his buddies put the push rod back in, it actually bent the valve when the piston came back up, and now it's stuck in the down position. Yeah, give me 1 second.
1 second.
All right, hang on. All right, go ahead and bump.
Give it a bump.
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 Bump again.
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 Interesting. It doesn't even budge. That's not it hitting. That's it misfiring on one. Here. You can hear it. It just sounds funky because we got the valve cover off, but you can hear it. It just, you know, it's running on 7 cylinders and it's over fueling. I mean, these things are great. They'll run on 7, no problem. It's never going to sound smooth like that, you know. Yeah, everything else is running great. Just that one valve is just stuck down. So you can shut it off. All right, so we got the one fired up. It ran for a little bit, but he's definitely got a bent valve or something like that on that one. Now we're gonna try and fire up this motor. See if we can get it to run after we replace the carb. And yeah, you can hear the starter engage and then it gets stuck and can't turn over. I don't know if battery power is low or what. I know you said you had things charging, but what Ellie say?
She says the guy, he ran a new line.
Oh, he did. He's all good.
Yeah. She says he highly recommends not to bury it until you finish construction.
So he didn't bury it, or? Go ahead. Yeah, it's just hitting and getting stuck for some reason. Yeah, I bet
It might be low battery.
it sounds like a low battery because it hits and tries to go and then just cuts out right away like it doesn't have enough cranking amps. So I'd let it charge up for a while longer. And
I'm gonna disconnect because they're corroded down there.
yeah, that could be it too. I've had perfectly good motors, won't even engage the starter because the connections are corroded. Yeah. So yeah, I'd throw this chargers back on.
I bought all new connectors and everything for the batteries.
Oh, good.
So
all right, cool. Yeah.
I'll probably go ahead and do that and let it charge up. And, I can see the RPM was 0. It wouldn't.
Yeah, it wasn't even cranking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it cranking.
It connects though. You can see all the gauges.
Oh yeah. No, it was clicking right over, trying to turn all the pulleys and whatnot. But well, I wish I had better news for you, but
Well, this valve's got to be fixed.
Yeah. That's a definite.
And I wish that while you were here, I could kick that engine over.
Yeah, there's no real. I mean, you could put a. Let's see here. What do we got? You can't even really get a wrench on the engine. I was gonna say just to make sure the motor can turn over just fine. But
It'll turn over. I'm almost positive it's the batteries.
yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But yeah, let her charge up. Yeah. Now I wish we could have had a little bit more success, but
Well, that's huge right there. All I need is just turn that thing over and get it running. So, as you know, changing the oil is easy. So
yeah.
I'll also double check the transmission.
Okay.
Just to make sure, you know.
Yeah, I think it honestly it sounded like an engine that didn't have enough battery cranking power.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fortunately, I got to get out of here.
All right. I know you got a long drive. I can't believe you came out.
Hey, happy to.
I gotta give you something.
Jim, you don't owe me anything. We can help you clean up and.
No.
Yeah.
Come home, do the dishes.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate it. Look, let's stay in touch.
Sure.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Of course.
I'm in Annapolis a lot.
Okay.
Friends in Davidsonville, as I told you, in Valentine Creek.
Yeah, good.
And if I get this thing going, I'll head up that way.
Cool.
You know.
Well, let me know if you ping me, shoot me any questions if you got them. Especially as you troubleshoot with these some more. always good to see somebody trying to keep these old things going. So
Yeah, I appreciate it.
well, thank you.
Hey, no, thank you so much.
Hey,
Nice to meet both of you.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna take the glove off.
With the dirty glove.
Once a year thing.
So I want to take the boat down, run down here, and then run to the old Target ship.
Yeah, that's where they fish out here all the time.
Yeah. Is that north of here?
It's just west, just not too far. These guys go out in their center consoles and go fishing in the Target ship.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I'm very, very good friends with the marina owner here. You can just pull into the slip. As you can see, it's busy.
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised I'm the only one out here. But
is it still
such a
early
great
in the
location.
season for them?
No, it just started. Look, rockfish season for keeper is just the 15th, I believe.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
You got the bucket?
Cool. Yeah, you got my other glove.
Yeah, I got your glove.
I'm gonna get on the other side. You can hand it to me.
All right.
Hindsight, I don't think you and I, or me, you're a trooper, but knew exactly what we were getting into here. But you know, hey, we fixed up a boat and helped a guy, and now we're gonna go home, right? Well, we had no idea what that day, this day was gonna turn into. We ended up meeting a super nice guy. Thank you, Jim. It was great to meet you. Roman, you're a trooper. Thank you for your help. We're heading back now. Got about a 2-hour drive back to up into the Annapolis area from Deal Island. But at the very least, we got some parts swapped out. We're able to help out a guy, get to chat, tell some stories, and just grow the Boat Restoration by Ben community and family, which is pretty good. So that's all we got for you today. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe to Boat Restoration by Ben. If you have a project and you need help, reach out, shoot me an email. It is in the description down below. I'd be happy to come out and consult with you guys just like I did today. Check out your boat project and maybe even help you out while we're there. So take it easy, guys. See ya.